By virtue of the authority vested in me and the university, I hereby admit you to your various and several degrees with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining.
Mr. Chancellor, members of Convocation, fellow graduates, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Once upon a time, our books were blank. As children, I'm sure we all plagued our parents with non-stop questions of why and how. We played in the dirt, made cities of Lego, and were in a continual state of curiosity. Flip through a few pages to now and not much has changed. We may have traded playing with dirt for playing with compounds in a lab and traded Lego for 3D printing, but we have never stopped pushing the boundaries of what we know. Many chapters in our books of knowledge are now filled with our time at university. I think it is such a strong testament to our characters that we have spent as much time, as much capacity, and as much of ourselves as we have into the pursuit of knowledge. I'd like to take some time now to acknowledge the struggles and adversities many of us have faced in order to reach this point here. I would like to acknowledge the people who at some point in their university career felt that they would never reach this moment now. You have made it. I would like to acknowledge the people who are the first in their families to obtain a university degree. You will serve as a role model for your family for many years to come. I would like to acknowledge the international and out-of-province students who've spent the last few years not only in school, but away from their families and perhaps learning to navigate a new culture. I would like to acknowledge the people who have struggled financially to get through school. I would like to acknowledge the people who have pushed through anxiety, depression, and other mental health issues, many times caused by the incredible demands of engineering. I would like to acknowledge the people who still feel like they're not yet a true engineer, that they don't know enough, they can't do enough, they aren't successful enough. I want you to know that the fact that you are here right now means that you are intelligent, you are capable, and you are an engineer. I would like to acknowledge that we have obtained our degrees on the traditional territory of the Haudenosaunee, Anishinaabe, and Inuit peoples. I would like to acknowledge the immense amount of dedication that members of our faculty and administration have shown to us and to our education. I'd like to acknowledge the amazing friends we've made at university and the support they've shown us. And finally, I'd like to acknowledge everyone else in this room, the parents, families, and support systems of students here today. Thank you. Not done quite yet. Thank you for helping us move 15 times from school to co-op and back again. Thank you for calming us down when we were stressed about exams and understanding we didn't call you as much as we should have. But most of all, thank you for helping us grow into the people we are today. During university, our books of knowledge were not only filled with pages of quantum mechanics and circuit diagrams, but of knowledge about who we are as people. We have proven to ourselves that we are strong, we are resilient, we are curious and ever learning. But our stories aren't finished now that we're done university. We still have hundreds of pages to write. But I know many of us aren't certain about what this future looks like. So for those of you, I have a story to share. I was working in Germany last summer and had the chance to meet refugees from all around the world. There's one person in particular who stuck with me, a lady from South Sudan. We were sitting in a beginner German class together, and one day I was telling her about my life in Canada. We talked in detail about university and engineering, as her husband had always loved working with his hands. I shared with her my fears about the future, being afraid that I would choose the wrong career path, or being afraid that I wouldn't have the success or impact that I wanted. When I was finished, she gave me a smile, looked down at the baby daughter in her arms, and said, "Ambika, you are a princess. Princesses grow up in beautiful lands, and their only responsibility as a child is to learn. But later on, because of this, it is their duty to serve the people around them. As engineers, we have been given the tools and the responsibility to help other people. Engineering itself is the mediation between science and society. We take elements of science and transform them into something usable by people. In a few moments, when we receive our diplomas, we will become part of the 7% most educated people in the world. If ever in a moment of self-doubt about your future, think about what makes you a prince or a princess in the eyes of the world. I challenge you to never forget how this education has shaped you as a person, to never stop being curious about the world, and always seeking to help others. I'm so excited to see what amazing things we accomplish in the future. With this, one chapter ends, but another begins.